Hey all, welcome to the Gypsy Kitchen. Today we're going to be taking things outside and transplanting some tomatoes that started growing inside our compost pile. This is Lily here, she's my little helper today. We've got a nice little tire spot with some fertilizer and stuff already mixed up in there. And then we've got a ground nest that we found. The girls had started hiding some eggs on us, so we're going to bury those to fertilize the tomatoes, because the calcium and all the numbing minerals and stuff, the tomatoes will absolutely love that. And because it is December and we are in Texas, so we don't have much snow or whatever, but it does get a little chilly. We're going to protect them roots with some hay, and we'll go show you what we're working with in the compost pile. We also got a surprise tomato plant that popped up that's taking over one of my grapevines by the chicken coop, so we'll take care of that one too. All right, so here's our compost pile right here, and as you can see, these tomatoes from the garden being tilled up back there, some vines that we had put in here have taken over.
Yes, and there's also some green tomatoes that are growing.
There's some green tomatoes growing.
So we are going to cut this.
Yep, we're going to cut these. Hold on. You can see tomatoes are naturally a walking plant. Here,
Yes,
beep, beep,
and
bug.
I never knew that.
Yeah, she just learned that the other day. You can see here they're starting to make little buds growing into the ground. These are all little roots. And it also heals itself pretty good, so we don't need to worry about putting anything on it to keep it from rotting. We're just going to pick chunks of the plant that we like, cut it off, and then take it over to our new transplant spot. You can go ahead and put tomatoes and stuff inside pots. That works just fine. You can take them with you if you're traveling. Since we're at our homestead for a while, we're just going to go ahead and plant them in that pot there by Lily's little garden. All right, now you can see here these yellow leaves. These are my grapes, and all the green is an accidental tomato plant. The chickens must have not processed some of the seeds very well, and when they pooped, it took over and started doing its own thing. Now I don't want it killing my grapes, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and move it. All right, so we're gonna show you how to cut, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're right here in front of the tomatoes, and we're gonna go ahead and start cutting some pieces. Don't necessarily have to worry about whether or not it has tomatoes on it right now. You'll cut those off and then give it some time to go ahead and produce those roots, so that way it's not focusing on the fruit itself. It won't take too long. They're pretty quick growing and they adapt really well. So we're gonna come in here and we're gonna pick the thickest stalks. Like this one's pretty good. And we're gonna get it right at the knot. Here. You can see the junctions. We wanna get it at right one of the junctions. And then we'll bury it. The deeper you bury it, the better. It'll start producing all kinds of roots down on that. So I'm gonna throw that one to the side. There's another nice thick one. Here, Jenny. Hey, how you doing, baby? Let me get this one here, but take off these leaves. Is it pretty? All right. This one's nice and thick. Pick the best ones so they have a better chance of going. And then these will get uprooted and turned into fertilizer in the compost. All right, so over here Lily is wanting to farther down, all the way down. You see the below it? below the knot. There you go. Trying to utilize what she's learned here and pick her own tomato bits. Good job. You want to cut those 2 branches off. Good job. And that one. Good job. A little bit. All right. Good plant. All right. And you want to pick another big one. Good. And it's always good to get kids in the garden. Right. All right. Why don't we pick some big ones off of that? Quasi, honey, not for you. All right. Pick some big ones off of this one here. Look at this one.
Yeah, that one can do it.
Pull it. Timber. Good job. All right, so we're gonna move these over to the gardening spot and start throwing in some eggs.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna come over here and stick these eggs in here. You start in the center. Yep, just lay them on right on top. Well, then we're gonna cover it in dirt.
Ooh, this one looks very pretty. Like making hay good.
Just like that. Lovely. And then we're gonna cover this up in dirt.
I got that.
You got that? All right, and let's spread this dirt out.
Yeah. Get some over here.
Make sure it's nice and even.
My pants are dirty.
It's all right, come on.
Oh.
Nice and even, nice and even, nice and even.
Yep.
Good. So now it's time to go ahead and plug in these tomatoes. We found one that had roots in it, so we're gonna put that one right in the center.
Yeah. So don't dig too deep.
Yeah, well, if we bust an egg, it's okay. Put the little root ball in there.
You said a root ball.
It is a root ball.
Wow. It's so big, we can't put another one in.
Yeah, we're definitely overcrowding this. All right, so you know, pick the prettiest ones. We'll try not to break them. Okay, go ahead and pick one.
Ooh.
And we want to bury it like that deep if we can, Lily. Okay. About, can you guys see that? About yay deep.
Get the tomato off of this one. Oh man, that was the closest part that I could reach. Sorry. Okay, we definitely need to put this one here because it's a leaning one.
You gotta get that branch off of it.
I'm wanting to know where the
Now that we got that go ahead and packed in, we're gonna cover it with some hay.
I'll get the hay. Okay, got the hay.
All right, so we're gonna try to tuck that
In the spot.
under here to cover the dirt.
Because they need to be nice and good. Get out, baby. Get out.
Tucking them in like warm as a bug's in a rugs. What?
It's okay to put some feathers in if you got chickens. That's also going to help fertilize.
Yeah, it'll help keep them warm too.
So we got a feather right there.
Yeah.
Tucked in with its nice little baby blanket.
Beautiful. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and put some string around here. I ran out of garden twine, so I'm using yarn. We'll be back in a moment. Hey guys, so we want to go ahead and show you what we did. We took some yarn or string. We used yarn to go ahead and wrap all the way around the poles here. The tomatoes look very sad right now, and that's normal. They'll perk back up as soon as the roots start forming. If they don't seem to be perking up too well, you can cut off some of the leaves and stuff, and then it won't have to work so hard to feed it. I'm not going to worry about it because they're pretty resilient, and no matter how many times I've hacked these tomatoes down, they just keep growing back. So I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. But I wrapped around real good, and you can see on the top here I wrapped multiple times because these tomatoes grow pretty tall and all the weight will spill over on top of the top strings, and I wanted to make sure that it had extra support. And also I've got extra support in the center here, so that way they're kind of distributed evenly and not all in one spot. How's that look?
Looks amazing.
You like it, Bug? Okay. All right, well, that's it for the Gypsy Kitchen today. Appreciate you guys watching, and can't wait to see and hear about some of the stuff that you guys are doing with your tomatoes, and maybe this video helped you a bit. If it did, give us a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell so you can see our next videos, and can't wait to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.